Hi there, Stampin' friends. This is Kathy Seminara from Semi Stampers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Huntingtown, Maryland. Today, I want to share with you what I think is a cute spring project that is very easy to make, and it's not a card. Years ago, I found a video, and I think it was from Paper Pixie, Julie DiMatteo, where she took and made a basket, listen to me, a box that held a 3-ounce Bath and Body Works lotion with a belly band. So I wanted to make a smaller one that held a 1-ounce tube of hand cream. Do you think I could find that video? Of course not. So it's a good thing I had this as an extra. So I re-engineered the measurements and I came up with this. It has a belly band and it holds a 1-ounce lotion, hand cream. And I thought this would be a really nice little gift to give to somebody. Okay, let's get started. I'll show you how I made it. You begin with a 6-inch by 8.5-inch piece of cardstock. And we're going to score this cardstock on all 4 sides at 1 inch all the way around. We'll do it this way. I guess it'll be faster. 1 inch. And again at 2 inches. When I was trying to figure out these measurements, I was going, okay, 4 1/8 and slide it over. And I thought, no, it's just easier to go 1 inch and 2 inches on all 4 sides. And one more. Okay, there we have it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I scored at 1 inch and 2 inches on all 4 sides. Now we're going to fold and burnish with a bone folder on all 4 sides. Now this box I like this box because it's sturdy. It has a double thickness on all the sides. But you make it very much the same way as you would for a box that only has one side. Make it the same way, just a slightly little bit of difference. Okay, so now everything is burnished. Okay, now what I'm going to tell you to do is what I call don't hurt the messenger. I'm going to bring in my trimmer again, and on all 4 sides I'm going to cut off 1/16 of an inch. All right, now how do I measure that? See this guide? This black dark piece? Just bring your edge of the cardstock out to the edge of the dark piece, the guide. And we're going to cut off, see, just a little bit. Now, I thought that was better than saying start off with a piece of cardstock that is 5 15/16 by 8 7/16, because I know math and I do not get along. And if I heard a video where somebody said that, I'd have to say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to watch you anymore, because that's just too much. Okay, Now, I'm going to take my snips and I will cut up to the second score line on these two score lines. That one wasn't very straight, but that's okay. We'll fix it. I'm outside in my sunroom because of the light that I need, but my sunroom doesn't have any heat, so it's a little cold out here, even though it is now spring. Okay, and one more corner. I'm going to cut up to the second score line. Okay, now we're going to rotate it, and from the long side, the outside two squares we're going to cut off. The next narrow piece, we're going to cut off just the bottom square. We're going to fold the middle section up and do the same thing on this side. Cut from the other side. Let's see. We're going to cut, excuse me, cut off the two outer squares and then just the one square in the middle. Okay, cut off the two outer squares and the first square in the middle section. Two outer squares and the one square on the bottom. Now these squares here, we're going to notch in a little bit, so it'll make it easier to make our box when we want to put it together. Okay, and the same thing on this side. I'm going to notch in and notch in. There we go. Okay. So now your box looks something like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue. You can use any adhesive that is your preference. And I'm going to put glue on the tabs, on the square tabs. And I'm going to fold this, bend this over, bring this part up. Let's see if I can show it better this way. I'm going to line it up with the crease. Okay, and the reason why I like to use multi-purpose liquid glue is that I didn't have it lined up very well for a second, and it allows you a little wiggle room. And the same thing over this side, bring it up and square it up on this side of the box. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. A little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. Bring it up. Give it a little squeeze. Do the same thing, bring it up. Give it a little squeeze. Okay, now we have a box with the flaps just sticking up. And this is where what I told you to do earlier, cut off 1/16 of an inch off each edge. When I was first making these boxes and I was putting them together, as I folded this piece over, to make the inside of the box, it was just a little bit too long, and it was getting caught on the bottom of the box, and it was making the box get all out of whack and out of alignment. So I thought, okay, let's just cut off a little smidgen, a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so that's why I did that. Let me make the mistakes, not you. So now I'm going to take the liquid glue and I'm going to put a little bit on the long side and fold it over and press it down and use my bone folder. Where'd it go? Underneath the scraps. Use my bone folder and burnish it down real good. I like to do the long sides first. I don't think it really matters if you do the long sides or the short sides first, as long as you get them all down. And then I'll give it another burnish with my bone folder. And I'm going to do the same thing with the short ends. And see, when you look on the inside of the box, there are the tabs. But with this, making the box this way, you're going to cover up those tabs. So not only will the double-sided box give you strength for your gift on the inside, it will also let you make a very nice box on the inside. Okay, and there's the box. See that I'm giving that a pretty good push, and it's not moving, especially on the short ends. See? So put that away for a second. Okay, now I'm taking a strip, and this color is Fresh Freesia, by the way. I'm taking a strip approximately 1 by 7, and I'm going to make a belly band for the focal point. Now, you have to make sure that you don't wrap the belly band too tight, but as often as I do this, I usually end up making it too loose. So we'll see if I can do better. Okay, the way I like to do it is I press down in the middle and just give it a little burnish with my fingernail. Okay, and then hold my finger up toward the edge and just kind of crease it a speck. And then see, that was a little crooked there, so we'll straighten that out. And we will give the inside a little bit of a burnish too. Okay. So now I'm going to put this down and bring it around, make sure it slides. Okay, see, I had pulled it a little bit too tight, so okay, about a 1/4 of an inch in. A little bit of Tombow. And give it a little press. And see, I told you I made it too big. Okay, come on here, fella. Of course. See, it's cold out here in my sunroom, so my My Tombow really stuck good. That's okay, it's supposed to stick good, but I just have to put it in the right place. Okay. All right, next, I took a scrap of fresh freesia and I took the second largest tailor-made tags, a scrap of soft sky, wow, that's an old one, and 2 scraps, one of Daffodil Delight and one of Garden Green. And I cut out the daffodil flower from, what is it, the Love of Spring dies that came with the earlier paper pumpkins. Okay, now to make the daffodil, I'll just snip off the head of the daffodil, and with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, not too much because you don't want to gush them through the cutouts here on the flower, I just put it over the green. See? Now I take the flower and again with some multi-purpose liquid glue, a little bit. I have to concentrate on that because I don't want to squeeze the bottle too hard. I've been known to just have it gush. Okay, and one more. We will glue this down on the tag. Okay. Now I will take a couple of dimensionals and put it on the belly band. Take the backings off and pretty much center it center the focal point on the belly band. Okay, now I'll put my hand cream in the box, slide down the belly band, and there you have it. It's all done. Okay, here's a couple more that I made. Most of them I've given away already, but I had to make one more for another friend. So I thought, you know what? Let's show everybody how we did this. Okay. Well, that's all for today, my friends. Thank you very much for stopping by. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be happy to be yours. Please head over to my store at semistampers.stampinup.net and click on the Shop Now button. And this is a great time of year to be shopping with Stampin' Up! Because pretty soon, May 1st, a brand new catalog will be out with all kinds of goodies inside. Okay, until next time, friends, stay safe, everybody, and happy stamping.